Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Screen Chronicles. Coming at you today with some very, very exciting stuff as the Seven Kings Must Die trailer has officially dropped. We haven't watched it yet. We're going to react to it right now. We're going to have a good time.
This is the movie that takes place after season 5 of The Last Kingdom.
Yes.
So not a lot out on it yet. We have some thoughts. You can check out our videos, but let's react to this trailer. This is the first time
I'm so excited.
I'm seeing this. So
excited.
I'm ready.
Edward, rightful king of these lands, has died.
Oh, the Yadgafu?
Do not assume Ethelstan will be king.
Oh, look at that hair.
Oh, Edward's dead.
Uhtred. 7 kings die. All of Britain will unite.
Oh, look at that.
Shield wall.
Something is underway.
They got some extras, dude.
Lord.
War is coming. You only have to choose a side.
New guy.
God wants you to fight.
Oh,
Your lands will be overrun.
This is all lies!
What are you doing?
We can defeat them.
yes. Oh, that's for us. That's for us. That's for us. Yes. A little Constantine in there too.
We go back into an age of darkness.
Oh. There she is. Seven Kings Must Die. April 14th. April 14th. April 14th. Clear your schedules, people.
Oh wow.
Holy moly, dude! All right, first impressions.
That was pretty awesome. There's not a lot in it. At least this first time watching it here.
Well,
but
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything spoiled like in season 4 when they showed us the trench.
Yeah. And
You know?
even a little bit with 5 when they show the guys falling off the side of the cliff. That would have been so much more epic if I had no idea that was a possibility. Like as soon as I saw them getting pushed there, I was like, guys are gonna fall off.
Yeah.
They just did it. So I love we see it. It reminds me of like Ethel, where they're just two giant shield walls are facing each other here.
It did. That was for us, I think they were like, all right, let's just shut Stephen Colby up about the shield wall shit. But by the way, if that's the extent of the shield wall, I will still be upset. I want that thing to turn into a transformer. I want them to stack up and like turn into Megatron shield wall. Like,
this is a movie.
Advanced.
We can go Michael Bay in this.
That's historically accurate.
I do miss our 3-tier shield wall, that like the one we had in Ethington. But if we still just get shields together, even if it's like 2 levels, they face each other, I'll be fine with that too. But
I'll be fine.
We haven't had a massive shield wall battle.
No.
Since season 3.
Yeah. And it looks like they do. Remember in season 3 in the battle, in episode 1, Chaz Bane and his crew had the camera like back up while the shields collided.
Yes. Yeah. It
looks like they do that again. It's epic. It's epic.
Yeah. I guess it's not surprising reading the book that there's tension.
Yeah. Try not to spoil anything from the books.
Yeah. I'm not.
You have read it. I haven't.
Yeah. So if you don't know, the Saxon Tales is a series of books written by Bernard Cornwell that the show The Last Kingdom and then the movie Seven Kings Must Die is based off of. This one is most likely based off of the last book, Warlord. I don't think it's ever been explicitly confirmed, but that is when the formation of England happens.
Yeah.
Other things happen, blah, 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 blah.
When they said in the trailer from the creators of The Last Kingdom, I was like, that's so weird to me because it's like, this just feels like Last Kingdom episode like finale, but it is. Yeah. It's a separate movie technically. It's like the series is one thing. And then the movie is like a sequel to the series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird to see that, but it is what it is.
It's not called The Last Kingdom. It's just called Seven Kings Must Die. Yeah. It's different because I'm just used to The Last Kingdom.
But I was a little worried because you've told me, and as I've read up to book 8, there's less battles a little bit as you go because Uhtred is getting older and older.
Yeah.
And we were worried. I was like, is the movie going to be a little bit more political? Or it doesn't look like it.
No.
It doesn't look like it.
No. There's obviously, it looked like there was some raiding going on there. It looked like someone was breaking into someone's castle. And and it looks like, I'd imagine that massive two army face off is the final battle. And
Maybe.
again, I'm not going to give any spoilers for the books. I have read the last book when we went to go interview Bernard Cornwell. But yeah, Uhtred is in that final battle, even in the books. He's just not the prominent figure in it. Someone else takes that role, and he sort of narrates that. But like his involvement in it, Uhtred's involvement in that battle, even in that version of the book, is still pretty awesome. We'll
have to see if he makes it in the movie. We'll see. But what is interesting is that it looks like him and Ethelstan aren't really too good of friends no more.
Yeah. There was a sword at his throat. And again, not to give any spoilers, there is tension between them in the book. Well,
I think we can see that now in the trailer, so I don't think that's too much of a spoiler.
But I don't remember any sword at the throat. I've only read it once, and it was 2020 when this happened, right? Was that 2020?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll be one of those things where it's like a joke, and then they just hug afterward,
like Citric and Uhtred in season 3,
or like when Finan comes up behind Pure Leg when he's peeing. It looks like Ethelstan has taken up his father's role. It looks like he's got a crown.
They did say he's not guaranteed as king.
So maybe there'll be some trials on him getting there. He'll be challenged because it looks like Eadgifu says that, who is seduced Edward at the end of season 5, and
they're in love. I'd say
seduced. They're in love. I seduced is a strong word. She definitely like brought him back into being himself, being like when he was going a little crazy. She sort of like, I don't know. She was good for him, I think.
Oh yeah. So I wonder why she's against Ethelstan then.
Well, maybe they had a kid, and who knows? I don't know. This is speculation. Because I haven't read that far. But
if you remember too, Ethelstan's legitimacy as an heir has always been in question because people think that it was out of wedlock, when in reality, Edward was married by a priest to Ethelstan's mother. It's just that she was not someone of noble birth, so his family had her shipped off to a nunnery and denied the legitimacy of that marriage so that he could marry someone who have some sort of title, land, connections, so that they could grow the kingdom.
Right.
So that was, even though it was legitimate, they all said it wasn't then after that.
Right. Right.
So he is technically Edward's firstborn son from a marriage.
That was legit.
That was legit by a priest.
Even though publicly
it
was, yeah. Yeah. So you could see maybe where Edward's new wife would want to challenge that if she has a kid who could also be the heir. So that could be interesting. We'll see if Timothy Innis is even in this movie at all, because we don't know. Are they going to pull anything out of the 2 books before? Is it going to be just the last book, or are they going to just pull some things out and put them in?
They must be combining some other parts too, because if Ethelstan isn't king yet in this trailer, they must be They must be combining some other stuff, because like I said, he was already king in the final book.
As far
maybe
as
he's being manipulated is why he's not friends with Uhtred. That happened to Edward back when he was starting out as king with
it's hard to be friends with Uhtred when you are the king, because Uhtred doesn't really fall into alignment with what the king wants to do. Uhtred's always kind of been like somebody that they needed, but just Uhtred needed to do it his way, and it wasn't really their way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now he's even sort of a bigger risk, I guess, for the kingdom of England and its growth, because he's at a very strategic fort, the fortress of Bebbanburg, which is between England and Scotland, and I think so, like the Welsh in Scotland, Edward, Ethelstan's England forces all want this location as like the sort of gateway starting point to either invade each other, right? So everyone's going to be fighting to pull Uhtred to their side because he has power now. This is dude.
He's power.
You know,
I mean,
before now,
he
was always a great warrior. He had armies, but now he's a guy. He's a lord. He's got people. You know, like this is a guy with stuff now,
and he's got like the most legendary in the show, the world of the show, the legendary fortress that's like almost impossible to gain. Even though Uhtred was able to do it, it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy. Ethelstan, as we know, was basically raised by Uhtred, and Uhtred kind of taught him everything he knew as far as being a warrior and being methodical, probably battle strategy, things like that. So that probably doesn't bode well if he becomes Uhtred's enemy. That's gonna become a pretty cool face-off between
just going
them.
Anakin to his Obi-Wan here.
Yeah, it's cool though because we really liked Ethelstan in season 5,
even when he was a kid in 4.
Yeah, he was cool then. He was awesome as a little kid, but in season 5 as a fighter, man, he was ferocious.
Yeah, he had to prove himself a bunch of times.
And the perfect example is at the end during like the outro of the show, they show Ethelstan beating Uhtred in like a one-on-one like wooden sword fight. Maybe that's some foreshadowing that we didn't read into as much then. I don't know.
I'm interested what to do because the thing is, even though the books have things play out a certain way, and we know historically, you know, the country of England does happen. So the show's going to do that. But as far as
whether it happens in this movie or later on, we don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It would be kind of cool if they didn't do it in this movie. If they have like another movie set up after this. I haven't
7 more movies.
7 more.
One movie for each king.
Yes.
One king per movie.
One king per movie.
Do it for us. For us.
The next one will be called 6 Kings Must Die. Then it'll be 5
kings must die. Then they don't kill one in that one. And then the next one is 5 Kings Must Die Part 2.
Like we've said before with the other trailers, I felt like they've shown they tipped their hand with their big set piece, I think. And the big set piece for this might just be the battle. That might just be it. There might not be any cool traps or anything, which is I'm okay with.
I'm okay because I don't want them to go like overboard. Like I think sometimes like Vikings, like the new Viking one on Netflix, sometimes like does stuff that's like a little non-believable, like that could have happened. Yeah, so I'm okay if they keep it grounded.
Oh yeah, I'd prefer it.
Because like what are some of our favorite battles? Aren't necessarily the ones where they dropped into a trench. Oh, that was one of our favorites, but don't get me wrong. Or like it's not like always the ones that something super crazy happens. Sometimes it's just that first battle of the show that was amazing, or the one in the woods where they just like come at them from different angles. Like it doesn't have to have some huge prop set design.
It's also just the story build up to it, which is I'm expecting this to be pretty good. I'm expecting
it looks like they have so many people. We thought they had so many people for Ethendon.
Yeah,
and it looks epic.
Yeah, this looks good, and it looks dirty. It looks like it's gonna be like filthy mud field.
We got our rectangle shields. We got our round shields coming out of rectangle shields.
Rounds and rectangles, man.
Muddy. It's
geometry.
It's like a rainy sort of day. It's like overcast. You know, it's not a nice sunny day.
It reminds me of just even the first battle from the show. The first time Bevember fights the Danes when they first get there, right? It's all muddy and gross. And that'd be kind of cool if it's like the first battle sort of mirrors that. And it just
makes you think of all of like Bernard Cornwall's writing about how like, and that man slipped in the mud, so I sliced his guts out, his penis, or something like that. You know,
if you haven't read his books, you definitely should.
Yeah,
he's the
best exciting. And then
battles I've read have been from him.
Best battles I've read, battles wise, 100%. His books are great, but the battles are like they're so good.
Nothing comes close. When I've read other books and I go and I'm reading like battles, like especially after reading Bernard Cornwall, I love like Brandon Sanderson, who I've been reading a lot of. But like I went from reading some Cornwell to Sanderson, I was like, these battles just like they're just not as intense as is Cornwall's, man.
They're so in depth, they're so in depth. And by the way, Bernard Cornwall has written about a lot of like the real battle. I mean, a lot of Last Kingdom battles are real battles, but
yeah,
he's like written books entirely about some of the greatest battles of all time in history that have nothing to do with the Last Kingdom. Check them out. I've read a couple of them, and they're excellent.
And this battle too, this final battle, or I don't know if this is the battle that happens in this movie, but the final battle when England actually gets formed, when England is formed, he learned enough about that battle, where its location was and stuff from his own studies, that he got to write the foreword to an actual historical book that talks about the events of that battle. So the dude
does his research.
Yeah,
the dude,
exactly. He's kind of a historian.
He's a historian. 100% is it. Yeah, he's but he writes historical fiction. He makes it cool. Constantine. We get to see him a couple beats in the battle, it looks like, in the trailer.
Yes.
He looks we saw a picture of him on Instagram, and just his face just mid-battle, like badass.
One of our favorite new characters.
Yeah. But it looks like Harry Gilby, who we've had on the podcast, we had the pleasure of hanging out with at the convention we did last summer.
Cool guy.
He looks like he's going to be sort of the star of this movie. Maybe the antagonist. But that's okay with us, because we thought he was awesome in season 5.
Yeah. I mean, Uhtred's story is wrapped up in season 5. Technically, his story was Bebbanburg. And now it's Alfred's family was always the England side of it, right? So
yeah. New faces. We did get to see a couple new faces. They actually put a picture of I think his name's Inglemundir, or something like that.
Yeah.
Inglemunder. Is that how you say it? Inglemunder.
I
that sounds right.
I think I remember
Inglemunder
from the audiobook of it. I think here.
Inglemunder. That sounds about right. We'll hear how they pronounce it in the show. Did a little research after that post came out about if there was a real one. There was a real Danish leader, Inglemunder, who was expelled from Dublin, similar to Sigtrygger, and tried his hand with the Welsh, and then in England, what would become England. So that looks like he's going to be a new character, and we'll have a little bit of a new Dane presence, which is exciting. Except he doesn't really look like a Dane, does he? Sort of short hair, looks more like a Saxon. I'm excited, man. This trailer was good. It got me excited. It didn't spoil anything. I think we only saw like 2, maybe 3 kings in it. We saw Constantine.
We need more kings.
We saw Ethelstan. We saw that guy who was talking to Uhtred about like the prophecy or something. The prophecy, it tells you the synopsis of the movie right there. 7 kings must die. We're going to have a list. We're just going to have 7.
And we'll just be crossing it off as the movie goes.
We're just crossing them off, done. Let's play a game. Who's the last one to survive?
I hope
we'll, bet on it,
man. I can't remember Constantine's
I know.
fate.
I don't feel good about it. Don't tell us if you do.
I don't remember it. I won't tell you, but I don't remember his fate.
Like you're trying to tell me.
But he's definitely one of the kings.
Well,
he's a king.
And he's in the trailer.
Yeah, but I just mean, does he die then?
In the trailer. He's a king. I don't know. One of he might have to. 7 kings. It's not 7 kings might die, Steve. It's 7 kings must die.
It's not 7 kings should die. It's 7 kings must die. I hope he doesn't die. I love Constantine. I don't think I remember.
Well, does that mean there's 8
books.
kings? Does that mean there's 8 kings, and the one king needs 7 other kings to die?
Yeah, there must be 8 then, right?
Is that it?
Or if there's 7 of them, do they all need to die? So there's no king. Why would they want all of each other to die?
They just go over, kill the king of France. It doesn't matter which 7 kings.
We just need to pick 7. But yeah,
so
that's it.
That's it.
What do you guys think? What do you think of the
trailer?
What do
you guys think? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Tell us where this ranks for you. Tell us what your favorite season of The Last Kingdom is, or tell us what your favorite season trailer is. Don't tell us what your favorite season. Tell us what your favorite season trailer is that got you hyped for the season. And then let us know what you think about this one. And we'll be looking forward. We'll be talking about the movie and more to come here too.
I think season 5 for me.
Season 5?
I'm just thinking about it. I think it's season 5 trailer for me.
I'm gonna say
That was the most like the most movie trailer they've put out. That's like, I don't know. It felt like I was in a movie theater. You know what I mean?
that. Yeah. Like it would go
Like they had like it started with the little like ting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I think 4
We'll see.
for me. I think it was 4.
Even though it spoiled it.
Even though it spoiled it, it was awesome. It was
really good. It was
awesome.
really good. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys tell us what you think of yours.
Yes.
And we will be back at it. We'll be breaking this movie down when it comes out.
We got more movie stuff. We'll be talking to cast members.
Talking a lot.
Our Sling Awards is coming. It is coming.
Yes.
Trust me. Listen,
it'll be out before before the movie.
Guaranteed. It's gonna be good. You're gonna like it. Okay.
And
well, like we always say.
Goodbye.
And destiny is all.
It's all.